Hi everybody, here are your notes today for combining like terms. I want you to pause the video right now and do now. Okay, so first you should have that 3 squared is the same thing as 3 times 3, which is 9. 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3, so that's 9 times 3, which is 27. This should be pretty easy. We've got 6, and then 2 times 9, which is 18. And then 2 times 27, which is 54. Now the reason that I stopped to do this part is to show you that these are different, right? 3 squared is a lot different from 3 cubed. And 2 times 3 is a lot different than 2 times 3 squared. All right, very different numbers. So if I, for example, had x and x squared, or even x cubed, just like this, they're very different numbers, so you can't put them together, right? Same as this. 2 times 3 and 2 times 3 squared are very different. We cannot combine them. They're different pieces. Okay, so slide 2. Here I have an expression that has 3 different terms. So an expression is basically just a number phrase. It's kind of like a number sentence, but it doesn't have an equal sign, so it's a number sentence with no equal sign. So it's kind of like a phrase. You can simplify it, but you can't solve it. A term is a piece of an expression. It's a piece of an expression that's separated from other pieces by a plus or minus sign. Oops, you can't see that. By a plus or a minus sign. Okay, so they're separated by a plus or a minus. A coefficient is a number. That means number, if you don't know what that means. A number attached to a variable. So that might be, for example, our terms here. I should use different colors. So our whole expression is this whole thing. That's one whole expression. A term is each of these pieces. Everything that's separated by a plus or minus sign. A coefficient is a number attached to a variable, like 2 and 3. But not -7 because that has no variable. A variable is a symbol used to replace values. So it might not be a specific value, it could be, or it could be values in general, used to replace values. So we've got our x squared and our x. And then -7 is our constant. So this is a constant. A constant is a number with no variable. Okay, they aren't attached to each other. There we go. So like terms are terms that have the same exact ending. That means they have all the same letters in common. They have all the same exponents in common. Oops, exponents. And then you can combine them. So what I want you to do here is I want you to pause the video, and I want you to take each of these mini expressions and I want you to sort them into like terms or unlike terms. And if they're like, I want you to combine them. So go ahead and pause the video. Next time you see me, answers are going to be up. These are all filled out. So all the ones that I crossed off in red are unlike terms, and all the ones that I crossed out in blue are like terms. Over there in the unlike terms column, you'll see that not everything matched perfectly. The x sometimes had a variable and sometimes didn't, or they had different variables. In one of them it's x squared y, and the other one's xy squared. So the exponent's on the wrong variable. there's sometimes a constant and a variable, and sometimes there's two variables, whereas there's only one in the other guy. And then over on the like term side over here, or I guess over here, I don't know, way over there, we've got x squared plus 2x equals 3x, and every single time the only thing that changes is that coefficient. The only thing that you're adding is the coefficient. The variable term does not change. Oops, I already did that one. So, last slide here. Combining like terms. I find it helpful to take a second to go through and underline or put in boxes. It's almost like you're pretending like you're cutting out all of the like pieces. So you're taking all of these. Now the sign needs to be included. Sign is a part of the term. So when I sort this, I could have 4x minus 16x minus 7x. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a chart. And here I have all my x terms. Here I'm going to include all my x squared terms. And here I'm going to put all my xy terms. Negative 5xy, positive 7xy, positive 15x squared. So we've got all of them. Now let's simplify. 4 minus 16 is negative 12 x's. So if you notice, the only thing we're combining here is that coefficient. Negative 12 minus 7, negative 12 minus 7 is negative 19. Plus 15x squared. Negative 5 plus 7 is positive 2. And that's it. That's all you have. Okay, so I posted some links on this post. Tomorrow we'll go through and we'll make our Khan Academy list all together. Okay, guys, that's it. I will see you tomorrow.